What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Boots, Banter, and Beyond, the stories of Irreverent Warriors. This is the show where stories about how humor and camaraderie have changed lives for the better. I'm your host, as always, Eric Schessel. Today in the show, we're joined by Fabe Kirk of IW Detroit and Dennis Decker Jr. of IW Boise. Welcome, lady and gentleman. How are you guys doing this evening?
Good.
Doing well. Can't complain. Nobody listened if I did.
Truth, right? It doesn't. Nobody listens to any of us when we complain.
No.
I would listen. If you want to complain for a second, I would take that time. Since I'm here, I would take the time to listen.
It's all good. We're good.
All right. So before we jump into any of your hike stuff, we're going to kick it off, Dennis. So we're going to start with you. I want to hear about your service, your military service before all of IW stuff like that. So your branch, what your job title, MOS, whatever you did in the military. Give us that spiel.
Right on. I was Navy. Went in 93, retired in 2013. I was initially an AMH, aviation structural mechanic, hydraulics. Sometime around 2001, they combined AMH, AMS, made us just AMs. Worked on Tomcats in the back for my first 12 years, and it was good.
Nice. All right. And Ms. Fabe, what about you?
I'm a Marine. I was a videographer, and I did some OJT to photo, so I did both of them. I joined in 99. I got out in 2003.
Nice. We joined in the same year. I also joined in 93. Sweet. All right. So I guess then we'll stick with you, Fabe. So how did you find out about Irreverent Warriors?
It was kind of an accident. My friend had killed himself. And I was going through all of the emotions, and the biggest thing in my head was, what are you going to do about it? Because I felt like, and I still feel like, the VA is just kind of like letting us fucking die, basically. That's my personal feeling. Maybe people don't feel like that, but that's how I feel. A couple months after his funeral, I went to Dallas to walk the Carry the Load. They do that on Memorial Day. Okay. It's a 24-hour walk for first responders and military. And we were getting ready to do the opening ceremony, and off the corner of my eye, I seen all of these people in silkies. And I thought, what in the hell is going on over there? Which is what we're going after, right?
Right, yeah.
So my friend who was there, he's like, oh, that's Irreverent Warriors. You should check them out. They do hikes all over the country. And I was like, okay. So I walked over, I'm like, hey, has anybody got a card? And I flipped it over, and it had our mission on it. And I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to do. It was like the light came down, the angels were singing. I was like, this is my sign, right? So when I got home, I looked us up, and there was the closest hike, I think, was in Cincinnati, which is 4 or 5 hours away. So I was like, oh, I want to help. Do. And you know how that goes. God. So here we are 4 years later.
Nice. Yeah. So, so you drove 4 or 5 hours to be a part of something, and you've been obsessed ever since.
We are not a cult.
We are not a cult.
We're not a cult.
Dennis, brother, how did you find out about Irreverent Warriors?
So I moved to Boise in 2021, and Boise's first hike was in 2022. A girl that I had served with, she's in Bakersfield, California, and she was like, hey, I do these hikes. It's called IW. You might want to check it out. Boise's getting ready to do their first one. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm really a closet introvert. I don't really put myself out there a whole lot. I think you learned that in April. So I convinced a couple of guys that I worked with, hey, let's go check this out. Met Danny, the LC, the former LC, and kind of fell in love with it that day. And 4 years later now, Danny decided to step down, and I didn't want to see it leave Boise, so I stepped up and said, let's do this.
So that, I mean, and that kind of leads into the next question I want to ask you guys is, so like, what made you, what, you know, so you saw, Dennis, you saw the need to have an LC, right? Because Danny was stepping down. So what was your reasoning behind wanting to step into that role?
I mean, I found the family I didn't know I was missing. And I enjoy hanging out with the people that I've met over the past 4 years. And if I hadn't stepped up, Boise would no longer be, or be on hiatus for a little while or whatever. And I was like, nah, I can't miss the opportunity of seeing my friends in Boise. So I stepped up. Him and Tony Matthews had some conversations about it, and Tony approached me and Danny approached me, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. So that's it.
Well, good. And it's, I'm sure your community appreciates you stepping up and taking that mantle on.
I hope so.
Fabe, yeah, I'm sure they do. Faye, what about you? So what made you want to be a leader, an LC for Irreverent Warriors?
There was nothing around here, literally. Like I said, the closest hike was in Cincinnati at the time. And I said, well, how hard could it be?
Famous last words.
So I just dove in head first, and, you know, I mean, we're a small hike, but we're small but mighty, I guess.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You're saving lives. Doesn't matter if you got 10 people out to a hike or 1,000, 10,000, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're saving lives. So we'll go on. So like, we'll start with Fabe. What is your why? Like what is in your heart when you think of Irreverent Warriors?
Just my friends and my family, my vet family. Just, if I could help just one person not go to the dark side or pull them out from the hole that they are in, then I have done my job 10 times over. Really.
Absolutely. What about you, Dennis? What is your why? What does Irreverent Warriors mean to you, brother?
So before I found Irreverent Warriors, I wanted to be a therapist, if you will, but I realized doing that would cost, a shit ton of money, a lot of time. Two things I don't have being, 51. Because it requires a, master's degree, and who has time for a master's degree? Not me. And when I found this and discovered what it was, and it's the cheaper, easier way to help somebody else, I guess, instead of going through school. Who needs to have a degree when you can just go out and cut up and fuck off and act cards like we do and have fun and save lives? It is what it is.
It is. I mean, and that's a good point. Like, right. Like, we all know that the silky sarks are a modality of therapy, right? We all get together. We all we might have a little drinky drink, or even if we don't, we're around people that make us feel comfortable because we can be ourselves. And that allows us to kind of share our stories and our backgrounds and our histories and our demons. And that's therapy. And that's why Irreverent Warriors works. And that's why it is considered a modality of therapy, is because we get to do that. So absolutely, that is definitely the cheaper option rather than going to school and becoming a therapist. I don't know if it's easier though. I mean, as you guys both know, being a little coordinator is definitely not easy. So,
it has its days for sure.
Like, we have to go to other people's hikes so that we can go through our stuff because driving the bus
Sure.
isn't easy.
No.
Because you're worried about where you're going, making it on time, getting everybody there safely, and all of the things. You don't get to, work through whatever you need to work through.
I mean, I support my local-ish Spokane and Salt Lake every year. Well, for the past 2 years, every year. So.
But I mean, Fabe, you make a good point. Like, because we have our own hikes and we don't get to unwind at our own hikes. Because like you said, we're running those things. We're trying to make sure everything goes off. It's even still, it's kind of difficult when I go to another hike. Because I mean, we're still leadership, right? So we go to another hike and we know that if the host LC needs a hand with something, that we're there to step right in and be those people to lend a hand and help and make sure that they don't have any issues. I mean, that's at least how I am. Like, I always tell a local coordinator whenever I go to another hike that, hey, even if they don't know who the hell I am, I'm a local coordinator for Connecticut. If you need a hand with anything, I'm here. Just flag me down. I'm the guy running around in the American flag kilt. It's pretty easy to spot. So if you need something, track me down. But it does give me an opportunity to unwind and just kind of be me without having to worry about actually running the hike. So it's a solid point. So speaking of the hikes, we've got, all right. So we're gonna start with Dennis. Dennis, the Boise hike. Oh, that actually covers up Fabe. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Keep going.
These things go right. It goes right in the middle, and I can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. So all right. So we've got your hike flyer here. So for anybody who's paying attention, I got the pointy thing right this time. Even though it looks like me doing a finger mustache. You see the QR code on the side. You see the QR code on the side of his flyer. If you're watching this right now, you can take your little smartphone and your camera, and you can scan the QR code, and you can register for the Boise, Idaho Silky Hike, because what the hell else do you have to do on Saturday, August 30th? Nothing. That's what. So all right. So talk to us about your flyer. What is the significance behind the design of the Boise and the silhouette that you got there on the bottom? Talk to us about your flyer.
Honestly, I just said, hey, I need a flyer made. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. So other than the giant potato being tossed, that's the significance.
Right. No,
it's not a grenade. It's a giant potato.
So if you guys can't really see it, I wanted to ask about that too. But so instead of the grenade that the characters usually toss, and he's got a giant ass potato, because that's what Idaho is known for, is taters. So that's actually pretty cool. And then we've got, and it's still going to, sorry, it's going to still cover up your face. It doesn't shift over. So we're going to ask Fabe. All right. So you've got your hike poster. So you guys are also going out on August 30th. And also, sorry, I did it again. All right. So there, right. So the QR code right there. So again, if you're in the Detroit area, guess what you could do? You could register for their Silky Hike, which is also on Saturday, August 30th. And guess what? You don't have anything better to do on a Saturday anyway. Go out to these Silky Hikes and go hang out with some people. What is the significance of the Viking you got going on there? I see it says the Vikings have landed, but what is the significance of that?
Well, every year we try to do a little theme. Just, it's an extra thing for people to like get excited about. And last year was neon. So most people dressed up with neon. The year before it was ducks, just because, why not? A lot of people wore duck gear and duck prints, and it was just fun. So this year we just did, we're doing Vikings.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So it's just another element for people to get really excited, and they, people come out. They love theming. Most people, not everybody. You don't have to come as a Viking, obviously. Just like you don't have to wear silkies. Just highly encouraged.
So I guess where did the Viking theme come from? Because like Detroit, Michigan is not known for Viking heritage, or is it? I don't know. I'm
No,
it's
it's really hard to dress up like a car. So, well, we just got the team together and we're like, okay, let's throw around some ideas. And somebody said Vikings. I was like, oh, that sounds fun.
I mean, no, that's actually
a reason. Just why not?
Sure. No, and it makes sense. You know, you find a theme, find something that people are going to get be excited about hanging around with, and Vikings makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how many people you guys scare in Detroit as you have, say, 100 people, men and women, just dressed as Vikings marching down the street. Like that's kind of terrifying, but also really awesome.
It's going to be fun. It'll be great. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fun. Right. So let me ask this then. So are we allowed to bring like battle axes and swords and things like that? Like
it's Detroit, you have to.
Okay. All right. Okay. See, that's okay. So if anybody's going out to Detroit, you guys got to make sure you're bringing out your battle axes, your claymores, your swords, your shields, armor, all that stuff. Bring it all, because apparently you guys are going to be doing some pillaging and burning as you guys are on the Silky side.
I mean, Detroit's mostly all burnt down anyway, so whatever.
So it fits the theme of pillaging. So all right, so Fabe, since I got you on the mic here, so what is one of the biggest struggles that you had putting the hike together this year?
Well, we lost for the past 3 years, we have had a company host our lunch, pay for our lunch. And they said that they're not doing that this year. So making up that huge amount of money, huge chunk of money has been a struggle. So that and also our water supplier stopped donating also. So now we got to make sure we have all the money for all of the things this year, which has been a huge struggle.
Right. I think a lot of hikes are struggling with that this year. It just seems like with the economy, with the way it is right now, and we're not going down a political road or anything like that, but just companies and businesses are trying to just wait out and see what the heck is going on, so they're not throwing money around like they used to, and that's making it a little bit more difficult for nonprofits.
Well, our lunch supporter was a bank, and you would think they have, well, whatever.
Yeah, they just got to go back and grab somebody else's money.
It's right there. Right? It's not like a lot of money. It's just a little bit of money.
Yeah, they got a vault back there. They just like go back there, just grab us some.
And overdraft fees in a day, easy.
So do you guys have plans for the additional fundraising that you guys are going to have to do now to make sure that you're good to go? Or
well, right now we have just enough in the bank from our fundraising last year to cover lunch. So we're going to be doing a couple car washes that actually went really well last year. So we're going to run 2 for some extra cash.
Nice.
Yeah.
So with those car washes, are the men required to show up in nothing but silkies, so they attract more lady drivers and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's not something everybody wants to see, but
they're going to see it.
Oh man, Dennis, what about you, man? So what is one of the biggest struggles that you've had putting your hike together this year?
I would say fundraising as well. It's not easy. Not easy at all. So we'll make it work. We've got most of the things we need.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What are you guys missing?
So we're still trying to figure out lunch because we just don't know yet. Had a small conversation about it this weekend with a few of the team members that came over. We'll figure something out for sure.
Of course you will, because you're awesome and your team is probably really awesome, and you guys are going to succeed because it will. So what can you, Dennis, what can you actually tell us about your hike this year? Don't give us all the details. Give us the movie trailer version of your hike to draw us in. Bring me to Idaho.
So, not being from Idaho, I don't really know Idaho all that well, nor do I know Boise all that well. But last year on our hike, we picked up, I don't know, I'll call her a rando. She was out, just doing her thing, and she see all of us walking by, and she's like, "Wait a minute, what is that?" Kind of like Fabe did, seeing all the silkies, and she's like, "What is this?" Well, we picked her up that day. She walked the rest of the hike with us. She's a Boise resident, born and raised, and her smartness has improved our hike vastly this year. I'll say that.
Okay.
With a little couple of extra, I don't know, things. I can't say.
You're really leaving us on a cliffhanger there. There's things and stuff, and that's all you get.
If I say, I can't even slightly say without giving anything away. So I'm just gonna. It is what it is.
All right. So for y'all listening, check it out. Boise is going to be a very mysterious hike, and that should be enough to draw you out there. There's a lot of mystery with that. A lot of intrigue. What about you, Fabe? What can you tell us about your Silkies hike without giving too much away?
Vikings, burnt out buildings, battle axes, and lots of shenanigans. So
I love the two polar opposites of the hike. We got one side that's really, really mysterious. We don't really know what's going on out there. We don't have any real idea, and there's nothing that's really going to happen out there. The other side is absolute chaos and Vikings and burnt out buildings and stuff like
driving
that.
on chaos.
Can I skip my hike and just go to hers because it sounds way more fun?
Sir, no, you cannot. You need to go to your hike.
I mean, I had to try.
Oh man, that is funny. That's definitely, but that's awesome though, because every hike city does their hikes a little bit differently. There's different attractions for the different cities, different locations, what each municipality is known for, things like that. So it's always just interesting to be able to listen to you guys talk about the different things about your hikes and what little tidbits you give, if any. I mean, like I said, I'm more intrigued by the Boise hike because I don't know anything about it. He's not giving us any info. It's like we have to tie him down and Chinese water torture the dude so we get some info out of him. But well, we can't. We don't know that, so we're not going to do it. So
come on out and see.
I'm right. That's you gotta go out there and you gotta take a look at it and see what's going on. Dennis, what can you because you're not a resident of Boise, but you guys have had the hike out there for a couple of years now. How is the community out there as far as their reception of Irreverent Warriors, right? So you guys are walking down the streets of Boise. What is the general population, the general public thinking about what they see?
From what I've experienced, they're inquisitive as to what we're doing. We hand out the cards, tell them what we're briefly while we're hiking, because you can't, just stop and carry on a 30-minute conversation with somebody. Generally, they perceive us well. I mean, we're received well. There's a lot of questions. Last year we did, our hike was on the same weekend as Boise's Pride weekend. That didn't go over so well. It is what it is.
The year that we did ducks, because you can't be mad at a duck, right?
Right. I mean, last year being what it was, election year, I don't know what people thought, but whatever. It is what it is. We're just out here being ourselves. Sorry you don't like it.
Right.
Try harder.
Did you lose any Navy guys to the Pride Parade at all, or no?
Rude, Eric. Rude. Rude.
Oh man, I had to throw that in there. It's okay.
It's
I'm
good.
assuming no. So they stayed with you guys. Faye, what about you? How does the city of Detroit feel about Irreverent Warriors and everything that we got going on with the organization out there?
We've never had a problem. Everybody seems pretty supportive. Anybody we've handed out cards, nobody's ever really screamed at us or did anything crazy. So, I mean, it was pretty good so far.
Yeah, right. Knock on some wood. No, I was just up at the main hike here recently, and I was helping out. I was doing some road guard stuff because I only had one patrol car that was doing stuff at a roundabout, and so the patrol car was driving around the roundabout as we were walking around, and so I stopped traffic at one intersection, and the woman that was in the vehicle that was right there was very upset that she was being stopped by me. So I'm in if you guys have ever seen what I wear to Silky's, like it's the Shellback Tactical, the Stars and Stripes tack vest and the kilt. And so I look like the American flag just threw up on a human being, essentially. And so I'm standing there with my hand out and stopping, and she's just mean mugging me. And it's like, she's not like, I think she's more, it was just kind of like, she was inconvenienced, and so she was upset at that. But then as soon as I kind of started doing some dancing to the music and stuff like that, she started cracking up. And I said, I got you. You can't be mad anymore. And tried to give her a card, but she didn't want it. So she just was like, I just want to go out my way. This is really weird and inconvenient. All right. So, Faye, if you were just wandering around in Detroit, or even just not even in Detroit, anywhere where you might work, where you might be, and you come across somebody who is a veteran, they have yet to come out to any of our events, they've heard about the organization, maybe haven't pulled the trigger or anything like that. What is your elevator pitch to get them to come out and experience our organization and get some of that humor and camaraderie?
I really just say, come on out and see what's happening. It's a good time. You're going to laugh your ass off. You might cry a little, but it's mostly laughing at other people and yourself, which is part of the whole thing of, therapeutic walking. And I make sure it's not a hike. We're walking slow because we have a lot of older vets with us and broken vets. So it says hike, but we're walking slow, and we do a lot of stops, and we make sure everybody's okay and having a good time.
All right, Dennis, what about you? What do you say? Same thing.
I tell them, I said, we're improving mental health with humor and camaraderie to prevent veteran suicide. You should come out and have fun with us. It's a good time. Don't be lame.
Our mystery.
Just do it.
You said, don't be lame.
Don't be lame.
Come on. Don't be lame.
Like you said, what else better do you have to do?
For sure.
Right. Yeah, nothing but excuses. There's actually nothing. If you can't look at your calendar, you don't know what you got going on August 30th right now, then guess what? You got nothing better to do than go out to either Boise, Idaho, or Detroit, Michigan, and go out to either a city burning down Silky's hike or a mysterious, intriguing Silky's hike. Right? You got two different options there, and both seem viably awesome. So you're not doing anything. Get your ass out to one of those hikes. I want to say I think that about wraps it up. So we're going to end off with some final words of wisdom. So Dennis, hit us with some words of wisdom for our viewers out there. What do you got? Hit us with something. Doesn't matter what it is.
I got nothing, bro. My brain's fried.
He says, Grazer. All right. Well, Faye, what about you? You got any final words of wisdom for our viewers and listeners?
Just fucking show up.
That right there.
Right. I'm pretty sure that's
No matter what hike you go to, just go to a hike.
You heard it. Just words of wisdom. Go to a fucking hike because Fabe told you to. And Dennis agreed.
Oh, sure.
That's true.
Oh, that's great. Well, I can't wait to see how you guys Silky's Hikes goes. I really do hope that they are a great success and everything that you guys really want them to be. But there you have it, ladies and gents. We want to thank Fabe and Dennis for spending some time with us this evening. You guys really appreciate your time tonight.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. We really, really do appreciate it. And we want to take a moment and thank everybody out there for listening in, tuning in, and watching. For everybody that does watch, please take an opportunity to share this episode far and wide so we can bring a little humor and camaraderie to anybody who might end up listening to the podcast, right? We're all about trying to save lives out here. So if we can reach more veterans can be saved by our organization. So until next time, stay reverent, my friends.
Deuces.